Hey there, fellow gardeners! Are you putting your heart and soul into your vegetable garden, only to watch your plants struggle and your harvest disappoint? Trust me, I've been there, and chances are, you're making one of these 10 critical mistakes that can absolutely destroy your vegetable harvest, often without you even realizing it. The good news? Every single one of these problems has a simple solution, and once you fix them, you'll be amazed at how your garden transforms from mediocre to magnificent. Mistake number 1, ignoring your garden's light requirements. This is the granddaddy of all gardening mistakes, and it's one I see even experienced gardeners make when they get excited about a new garden bed. Your vegetables are like solar panels. They need serious sunlight to power their growth and fruit production. When you plant sun-loving vegetables like tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and squash in partially shaded areas, you're essentially asking them to run a marathon while holding their breath. Most vegetable crops require between 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight daily to reach their full potential. When they don't get enough light, they become leggy, weak, and produce disappointing harvests. Those beautiful tomato plants might grow tall and lush, but they'll give you maybe 3 sad tomatoes instead of the abundant harvest you're dreaming of. The fix is straightforward but requires some detective work. Spend a full day observing your proposed garden location, checking how many hours of direct sunlight it receives from sunrise to sunset. If you're dealing with a shady yard, don't despair. Focus on vegetables that actually thrive in partial shade like leafy greens, lettuce, spinach, and beets. These crops can handle 4 to 6 hours of sunlight and will actually appreciate some afternoon shade in hot climates. Mistake number 2, skipping the soil foundation test. Your soil is the foundation of everything in your garden, yet it's the most overlooked aspect of vegetable growing. Poor soil is like trying to build a house on quicksand. No matter how perfect everything else is, you're destined for failure. Soil that's too heavy with clay, overly sandy, rocky, or depleted of nutrients will leave your plants struggling to survive, let alone thrive. Many gardeners skip the crucial step of testing their soil, assuming that dirt is just dirt. This couldn't be further from the truth. Soil that's too acidic or alkaline will lock up nutrients even if they're present, making them unavailable to your plants. Compacted clay soil drowns roots, while sandy soil lets water and nutrients drain away before plants can use them. Start by conducting a proper soil test. You can get inexpensive test kits at garden centers or send samples to your local extension office for detailed analysis. Once you know what you're working with, you can make targeted improvements. For most vegetable gardens, adding a 1 to 2 inch layer of high-quality compost every spring and fall will work wonders. Compost improves soil structure, adds nutrients, enhances water retention in sandy soils, and improves drainage in clay soils. It's like a multivitamin for your garden bed. Mistake number 3, watering like you're on autopilot. This mistake breaks my heart because I see so many enthusiastic gardeners set themselves up for failure by not understanding the water needs of their plants. Water is life for your vegetables, but like most things in life, timing and quantity matter enormously. Both overwatering and underwatering can kill your plants, but they often present similar symptoms, making it challenging for gardeners to figure out what's going wrong. Many gardeners either water on a rigid schedule regardless of weather conditions, or they water whenever they remember, leading to inconsistent moisture levels that stress plants. Overwatered plants can develop root rot, yellowing leaves, and fungal diseases, while underwatered plants become stressed, wilted, and unproductive. The key is learning to read both your soil and your plants, rather than following arbitrary schedules. Most vegetable plants need about 1 inch of water per week, and that includes rainfall. But rather than following a rigid watering schedule, it's honestly better to learn to read your soil conditions. Just stick your finger down into the soil near your plants. If the top inch feels dry, it's time to water. If it's still moist, wait another day or two. And when you do water, make sure to do it properly by watering deeply and less frequently, instead of giving your plants frequent shallow drinks. This encourages roots to grow deep and makes your plants more drought resistant. Mistake number 4, mismatching plants to your space and climate. I totally get it. When you're staring at all that empty space in your freshly prepared garden bed, it can seem wasteful not to pack in as many plants as possible. This is especially tempting when you're working with limited garden space and want to maximize every square inch. But overcrowding is really like stuffing too many people in an elevator. Everyone gets uncomfortable and things just start to break down. When plants are crammed together, they compete fiercely for light, water, nutrients, and space. This competition stunts their growth and makes them more susceptible to diseases, especially fungal issues that thrive in the poor air circulation that overcrowded beds create. You'll end up with more plants, but each one will produce significantly less than it would if given proper space. Proper spacing isn't just about the distance between plants, it's about giving each plant enough room to reach its full potential. So follow the spacing guidelines on seed packets and plant tags religiously. Yes, your garden will look sparse at first, but as your plants grow to their proper size, they'll fill in beautifully. If you want to maximize your space efficiently, try succession planting. Plant new crops every few weeks so you have continuous harvests, instead of everything coming ready at once. The final mistake can undo months of careful gardening work in just a few days, yet it's honestly one of the most commonly overlooked aspects of vegetable growing. Many gardeners take a completely reactive approach to pest management, either ignoring the issue entirely until disaster strikes or panicking and overreacting with harsh treatments that can damage their plants and beneficial insects alike. Waiting until you have a full-blown pest infestation is like waiting until your house is on fire to install smoke detectors. Technically possible to address, but way more difficult and expensive than prevention would have been. Successful pest management starts with creating conditions that favor your vegetables over the pests. Healthy, properly spaced plants in good soil are naturally more resistant to pest damage. Implement crop rotation to prevent soil-dwelling pests from building up over time, and never plant the same plant families in identical locations year after year. Use companion planting strategically. Marigolds, herbs, and other aromatic plants can naturally deter many harmful insects. Most importantly, inspect your garden regularly so you can catch and address problems while they're still manageable, rather than overwhelming. Remember, gardening is a journey of continuous learning, and every mistake is honestly an opportunity to become a better gardener. These 10 mistakes might seem overwhelming, but focus on fixing one or two at a time, instead of trying to overhaul everything at once. Start with the basics, proper location and soil preparation, then work your way through the list as you gain experience and confidence. Your vegetable garden has incredible potential, and by avoiding these common pitfalls, you're really setting yourself up for the abundant, satisfying harvests you've been dreaming of. Don't forget to subscribe to Smart Garden for more practical gardening wisdom, and share this guide with fellow gardeners who might be struggling with their harvests. Together we can help everyone grow their best garden ever.